Welcome back. In this episode, we are staying in Claude AI and Claude Desktop, no terminal, no code, and we are going to replace one of the most tedious recurring codes in any Salesforce org, building report, just to answer simple questions. By the end of this episode, you will be pulling pipeline numbers, case breakdowns, and cross-object insights out of your org just by typing a sentence. This is the episode where a lot of people watching this course go, oh, that's what everyone's been talking about. Let's get into it. Let's do a quick recap before we dive in. In episode 1, you connected Claude AI or Claude Desktop to your Salesforce org through the hosted MCP server and you authenticated as yourself. In our case, that's Sam. Sam is the admin over at Northwind Renewable. Everything from this point forward in the course assume that connection is live and working. If you skip that step or you are not sure it's set up, pause right now, hop back to episode 1, get it wired up, then come back. Everything else builds directly on top of it. Let me introduce you to the company we'll be using for the rest of this course, Northwind Renewables. They are a fictional B2B company that sells and services commercial solar and battery storage equipment. Nothing exotic about their setup. It's a free Salesforce Developer Edition or running standard Sales Cloud object like lead, account, contact, and opportunity, plus Service Cloud cases. You are Sam, their Salesforce admin and developer. They're going to use Sam's day-to-day work as the backdrop for every demo in this module, starting with the report sales of used to build every single week. Here's the ritual sales ops went through every Friday before Claude entered the picture. Clone last week pipeline report, reapply the close date filter for the current quarter, exclude close loss deals, group everything by stage, add a summary formula on amount, then build a second report just for open cases by priority, then drag both into a dashboard, refresh it, and email a screenshot around. That's almost 20 to 30 minutes of repetitive admin work every single week for a snapshot that's already stale by the time it lands in someone's inbox. Now compare that to the new way. Instead of building a report, adding filters, and assembling a dashboard component, you just open Claude and ask your question in plain English. Same underlying data security model, you have just deleted every step of the report building process. And unlike a dashboard which is frozen, the second you publish it, a conversation with Claude keeps going. You can ask a follow up, narrow the filter, or pivot to a totally different question, all without touching a single report definition. That's the shift we are demonstrating for the rest of the episode. Let's start simple. I'm going to ask Claude how many open cases do we have right now broken down by priority. Let's go to Claude.ai now and ask this question to Claude. So let me ask that question and also in the connector, make sure that Salesforce, this is that MCP server, the hosted one. Let me send it. And I'm using Sonnet 5 as the model. So, so right now, what Claude has done, it has translated that into a SQL query against the case object, filter to open status and group by priority, and hands back a clean little table. No report, no dashboard component, just an answer. This is the kind of question that used to justify keeping a whole report folder around, and now it's a single sentence you can ask whenever you actually need the number, not just on your weekly reporting cadence. Let's step it up. This time I'm asking, show me our opportunity pipeline by stage for deals closing this quarter with total amount per stage. Let's ask this to the Claude. So just remember we are asking, show me our opportunity pipeline by stage for deals closing this quarter with total amount per stage. I'll just go and this is literally the report Salesforce used to build by hand every Friday. A close state filter, a group by on stage, and a sum on account. Claude just does all three in one pass and gives you the breakdown immediately. Notice there is no custom report. There is no custom report or summary field involved anywhere. Claude is composing the query fresh based on exactly what you asked for, which means you can change the question just as easily as you asked it. So this is the response. And if I scroll down, tells me there are three stages. These are the number of deals by stages. This is the total amount per stage. Now here's one that would normally take real report building effort. Which account have both an open case and an open opportunity right now? Let's ask that to Claude. That's a join across two relationship, account to case and account to opportunity. The kind of thing that usually pushes you towards a custom report type. Claude just reasons across both objects directly and give you the overlap. Accounts like United Oil, Gas and Corp, if you see in the table, has two open cases and four open opportunities. That's genuinely useful context for account planning, and it took just one sentence to get there. Solaris has one open case and one open opportunity. This tells us which particular account has got an open active support issue and an active deal in flight. Let's go one step further with a three object date windowed conditional question for, let's say, for every account with an open case, tell me their industry and whether they have an opportunity closing in next 30 days. Let's ask this to Claude. In the old world, this is exactly the kind of question that justifies building a dedicated custom report type with case, account, and opportunity field all exposed together, a real project, not a 5-minute task. Claude just composes it on the fly. The bigger point here, you stop building reporting infrastructure for one-off question. You just ask the question, get the answer, and move on. So if you look into the response, it says that these two accounts do not have any opportunity which is going to close in next 30 days, but Bright Peak has it. And what is the amount for that? And what is the close date? Let's talk prompting technique for a second because it matters a lot here. A vague prompt like how is the pipeline looking forces Claude to guess at what you actually want, what time window, what stages, what looking even means. A great prompt names the object, the field, the filter, and the grouping explicitly the same way you would think about building a report yourself. Treat Claude like a sharp analyst who is brand new to your org. Give it the specificity you'd give any new hire, and you'll get precise, repeatable answer instead of Claude filling in gaps with assumption. Here's what a static dashboard can never do. Keep the conversation going. Once you have got your pipeline breakdown on screen, you can just say, now show me the ones over 100K. Then sort that by close date. Then which of those are owned by me? Each follow-up refines the same underlying data without you touching a filter panel or rebuilding anything. Let's see this in action. Let me ask Claude, now show me the ones over 100K. It tells me there is only one which is above 100K and it gives me the account also. This iterative back and forth is honestly where the real time saving shows up. Not in the first query, but in the five quick follow up questions you never have bothered asking if each one meant building a new report. Before we move on, an important caveat, and it's actually good news. Every query you just watched run as your connected Salesforce user, in our case, Sam. That means sharing rules applies, so private records stay private, field level security applies, so hidden fields stay hidden. Your profile and permission set restrictions are fully respected. This isn't some backdoor that bypasses your org security model. It's the exact opposite. If Sam can't see a record or a field inside Salesforce, Claude literally cannot see it either. Same guardrails you already trust, just a much faster way to ask questions through them. Let's recap what we covered. We replaced the manual weekly report and dashboard routine with plain English queries. We ran a simple count, a filtered and group pipeline query, a relationship joint across account, cases, and opportunities, and a multi-object query that would have needed a custom report type. We talk about what separates a good prompt from a vague one, and we configured that everything you ask respects your all existing sharing rules and the field level security. Next up, in episode 4, we stop just reading data and start taking action, like updating records, triggering approvals, kicking off flows, all through conversation.